All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another trading room on a Thursday afternoon, the day before the CPI. All right, the day before the inflation data, the CPI out of the US. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are well wherever you are. Welcome back. I go by the name of Tsepo, and I'm gonna be bringing you guys today's trading room. All right, tomorrow Ash will be back with us, so you are gonna get the best of both worlds. All right, welcome back, everyone. Excited to be here, happy to be here. It is a Thursday, 4 minutes after 2. We are gonna get started. Right, I'm looking at the chat right now. I don't see anyone in the chat. I don't see. There we go. Trades Fear, once again, I can see you. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. As always, waiting for the slow pokes to jump in. Right, I'm looking at the chat right now. I just want to see if we are all here. Right? If you're joining us for the first time, please note that the information that is discussed in this session, in fact, all our trading rooms, the information discussed is not opinion. All right, very important that you know that. King, I can see you. Good afternoon. As always, I can see you. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think let's get started. If you're joining us for the first time, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? Just follow us across all social media platforms. We're going to start with our website, tdmarkets.com. If you guys want to open up an account, under account types, you will get the different accounts that we have on offer. All right. We also do have education, right? If you guys want to be a part of our education, attend our trading education where we provide analysis, we go through some concepts, we teach you how to develop your approach and all of that. All you need is an account. Just make sure it's verified, get it funded, and then we will talk on our sessions. All right, we've got the beginner level, the intermediary, and the advanced level in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening as well. Right, the website is tdmarkets.com. Listening in from Go Next Door. Hey King, Ash is still in the Middle East. Ash is gonna be here with us tomorrow, but he's still in the Middle East. I believe he will catch a private jet very soon. But you guys are gonna see him here live tomorrow, right? I believe he has the lowdown on what's been happening in the Middle East. I believe he also spoke to the president. I'm joking. Yeah, but Ash is gonna be here listening in from Go Next Door, 100%. Mutusi, I can see you. Good afternoon. And yeah, I think let's get it started. We've got 14 people, hoping more will join. But yeah, let's get it started. So guys, look, on Tuesday, we went over the charts. We went through the charts on Tuesday. And I told you guys that, hey, anything can change at any time, right? Anything can change at any time. And what do you know? A day later, boom, we've got a bombshell, right? A day later, the US dropped the bomb on us and said, hey, look, we have proposed a 2-week ceasefire, right? A 2-week ceasefire, right? A possible end to the war. And what did you see? You saw the markets reacting to that, right? We saw the opposite of what we spoke about. I told you guys that whatever you do, just be up to date or updated with the war, right? Because anything can happen. And what do you know? A day later, that exactly happened. So we saw a shift. The markets reacted sharply to news of the proposed 2 weeks ceasefire. But before we even get to the charts, I think let us just take about 5 minutes and talk about this war, because now it's getting very interesting. In our opening bell this morning, I told the guys that, hey, look, I believe that Iran is winning the war. This is just my opinion. Maybe you guys will have a different opinion, but I believe, looking at what has been happening, I believe that Iran is winning the war, right? And obviously, you've got the president, Donald Trump, who's always in the media talking and lying as well. So look, you can't start a war, right? You can't start a war and then create a plan to stop the war. You can't start a war anticipating that the other party will comply and effectively hoping for the other party to ask for a ceasefire. Iran never asked for a ceasefire. It's the US who's asking for a ceasefire. So what we're getting from the news is that both parties agreed to a ceasefire, which I believe that is not completely true. That is not entirely true, right? If both parties agreed to a ceasefire, we would not be seeing the missiles that were shot and launched today, right? Today, missiles were launched today. So what does that say? What does that say? So I believe, in my humble opinion, Iran is winning this war. The US president is in the corner. He proposed a 2-week ceasefire for the Strait of Hormuz to open. And I also said this morning that Iran is in charge of the Strait of Hormuz. Is in charge. The US is not in charge, right? Iran is in charge. So if Iran does not agree to a ceasefire, do not comply, then oil is going to suffer as it's been suffering. It's going to suffer, right? So I think the US saw that, hey, look, inflation is going to go up. The Federal Reserve want inflation to go down to 2%. But now this disruption of oil supply is causing inflation to go up, right? We're going to talk about that, anticipation of tomorrow's CPI, all right? So in my humble opinion, guys, I believe that Iran is winning this war. We're just not really seeing it. Why? Because the US president is always on our faces. Always on our faces, telling us that, hey, look, he has been in direct contact with Iran, which Iran completely, they said, hey, look, there hasn't been any direct or indirect contact from the US. And mind you, Iran also has their own requests also, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen, right? The Strait of Hormuz at the moment is still closed. It is still closed. Oil, you guys were looking at oil. We spoke about the oil, what we're anticipating from oil. And then we got a complete different reaction regarding what has been happening. So I just want to switch to an oil chart. Let me look for the oil chart, right? We saw that both Brent crude, WTI went down, right? Reacting to a possible ceasefire. Now this is US oil, WTI. When you spoke on Tuesday, I told you, hey, look, this thing is going to continue pushing towards the upside if there's no changes. And then this is the reaction from the news of a proposed ceasefire, all right, which it went towards the downside. And now for the past couple of hours, it's been picking up, right? It's been pushing towards the upside. UK oil as well, it gave us a gap. It even gapped lower, and now it's starting to pick slowly towards the upside. All right, we'll come back to oil. Let's go to the dollar. Did you guys see what the dollar did? I want to show you guys something, and I think we can take this, what has just happened, we can take this and use it as a leading indicator. As a leading indicator. What do I mean by that? I'll explain. So we saw the dollar taking a knock, right? As you guys can see, this is Euro USD. Euro USD pushed towards the upside. GBP USD also pushed towards the upside. The dollar index fell, right? Now, and then obviously gold pushed towards the upside. Now, if you really look at this, remember the market is reacting to the possibility of a ceasefire, right? To the possibility of a ceasefire. So if the dollar took a knock, if oil went down, if gold went up, only on the rumors and the possibility of the ceasefire. When the ceasefire actually happens, when the war actually, concludes, when the war is done, then I think we're going to get the very same reaction. I think what happened to oil is going to happen again. Oil is going to drop. We can then anticipate the dollar to take a knock, because that's what happened, right? So if the war is completely over, then we are likely going to see the dollar taking a knock, because this is what happened there, right? So we can use this as a leading indicator. So yeah, so just to just to look at what happened. This is what happened. So now what are we going to do now? We're going to adjust. We're going to reanalyze. That's what we're going to do. We're going to reanalyze. All right. We're going to do some updates. And also tomorrow, we have the CPI data coming out tomorrow. So we're going to talk more on the CPI tomorrow. All right. So from a pure tech standpoint, let's see what we can anticipate, right? What we can anticipate. I mean, gold has not changed. This is the reaction we saw on gold. Gold picked up, went up, and then right now it's correcting, right? There's a correction that's happening on this time frame right now. And on the higher time frame is still the same. We are still, or the market is still completing the structure. We're anticipating all to push towards the upside. This is from a pure tech standpoint, right? And even with the war, we're anticipating gold to go up, right? So my target on gold is I'm anticipating first for gold to go back to the zone, which is around $5,000 per ounce. Right, that is the first target I would have on gold. $5,000 per ounce as the first target. And if it breaks that, then we know it's likely gonna push to that high there. To that high. Right, to that high there. So for me personally, this is with or without the war. With or without the war. All right. So the structure is complete. This formation is complete. Gold has gone up, so we're still looking for gold to push towards the upside. All right. So just to kickstart this thing here, guys, right? The session, I'm going to start with gold, and then you guys will tell me which assets you want us to talk about, right? So we started with gold. So on the chat, just let me know which pairs you want us to go over. Let's go. All right. Nasdaq, Nasdaq was actually also what I wanted to talk about. All right. So Nasdaq and US30, they are still in my watch list, right? I want to talk about those ones. So we've got Nasdaq, we've got GNGA, we've got NJEJ. All right, cool. So let's go through it. So Nasdaq, this one, look what happened on Nasdaq, right? We spoke about Nasdaq pushing towards the upside. It moved up. And this was from a pure structure point of view. So what I said on Tuesday is that this pattern, this formation here is done, is complete, right? Where the market was there is done. So now the market is ready to do this. So on Nasdaq, nothing has changed. It is still the same. Nothing has changed. It has already moved towards the upside. And what I'm waiting for here is for a correction. All right. That is what I'm waiting for. Look at the past. Look at these weekly candles. Definitely there's a lot of momentum towards the upside. So what I'm waiting for is the market to first correct, right? To give us a correction and then get a continuation towards the upside. There. This one has already pushed towards the upside, right? This was a proper one. It has already pushed towards the upside. So yeah, so Nasdaq looking for a correction to form, and then looking for a continuation towards the upside, right? So my target is still on the top. This is where my target is. It is still on the top. All right. So yeah, so NASDAQ, also US 30. US 30 also, look what happened. It pushed towards the upside. We spoke about should price break this resistance towards the upside, then you're going to see it fly, all right? So NASDAQ, sorry, not NASDAQ, but US 30. US 30 also, just this continue towards the upside, right? We do have a higher low of the higher time frame structure. So now we're looking for price to push towards the upside, all right? So NASDAQ, US 30, we're remaining bullish. So all we're looking for is a correction and a continuation towards the upside. So I'm anticipating first for price to reach this zone. First, I'm anticipating for price to reach this structure, right? To go to this structure. This structure, as you guys can see, is this high that was created. I'm anticipating price to go back to that high. Now, once it breaks that high, then we're going to look for a retest of that structure and a continuation towards the upside. All right. So for now, this is what I'm anticipating. Get a correction and a continuation towards the upside. We'll see how far the correction will go. Yeah, we'll see how far the correction will go. But US 30 is also bullish. NASDAQ also is bullish. Proper stuff. Proper stuff. Yeah, this is proper stuff. There you go. So NASDAQ US 30, there you have it, right? Good afternoon. GBP AUD, GBP NZD. Let's go for it. I think we spoke about the GBP AUD and NZ. I think we spoke about GBP NZD on Tuesday, right? And the analysis was that we are looking for a retest and a continuation up, right? We're looking for a retest and a continuation up. So let me just update this analysis. I'm just going to remove this. Let's do this. There you go. All right. So if you take a look at this from the higher time frames, it is still bullish. All right. Seems like we've got a higher low here forming. So it's still bullish. The reaction we got here is the reaction from the recent proposed ceasefire, 2-week ceasefire. That is why we saw the market doing this. All right. So as things stand, nothing has changed here. Nothing has changed. We're looking for a continuation towards the upside. So this is the trend we have at the moment, right? This is the trend we have here at the moment. So we're looking for a continuation towards the upside, right? But now, if things were to change, right? If things were to change, what are we looking for? If we say things are changing and prices going down, what is it we're going to be looking for? Well, a couple of things. So first and foremost, I'm not going to look at this trend line, right? I'm not going to look at this trend line. So we're just going to remove it. First and foremost, price needs to break below this. Price needs to break below this and turn this into a resistance, meaning get a strong push down, and then any correction to retest this can or will likely give us one more push towards the downside. If this happens, right? If this happens, then we can anticipate one more push towards the downside, which I would anticipate it to go back down to the zone, right? So it will depend on what's going to happen for us to get this move down. But as it is at the moment, still anticipating a continuation towards the upside as it is at the moment. So with this one, I think just to be a little bit safe, with this one, I'm going to say if it forms a continuation pattern, a correction here, then we're likely going to push towards the downside. We're likely going to push towards the downside. All right. So if it doesn't do this, then we're looking for one more push towards the upside. Whether this is going to go up in an impulse or correction, it doesn't matter. We'll then see after the fact. All right. So for now, let me just put it this way. We're looking for one more push up. Whether it will go up in an impulse or correction, it doesn't matter. We will take it from there. So that is GBP NZD. If you look at GBP AUD, right? GBP AUD of course, it is also, or it has reacted to what happened this week, all right? So with this one, let's just go a little bit further. Let me just do this. Okay, so with this one, obviously it is reacting from this low. And then previously, we said that we're anticipating this to push towards the upside, all right? So now it didn't reach that area as yet, but it could, but it didn't, right? So short term, this is what we're looking for. Let me do this. We're still looking for a push, one more push towards the upside, short term, right? So we can see the market is retesting the structure. So we're looking for one more push back to this area, back to that area. And the market could start pushing up from these zones, right? So we're looking for one more push back to that area, and then we'll come back and talk about this now. So at the moment, it is going down at the moment, right? It is going down. I'm using this support here. I'm using this support, right? I'm using this support basically right there to say that we're going to push towards the upside. We can see what the market has done, right? So all we need to do now is just to observe the daily candles, right? The daily candles, we have some sort of reaction going on there, observing the daily candle, and then we're going to take it from there, but anticipating price to give us one more push towards the upside, right? Let me go to the 1 hour. Yeah, so we need the market to break out of this channel. Yeah, we need the market to break out of this channel. It breaks out of this channel. It breaks out of this channel, then we know we're gonna push towards the upside. You see how it is? So that's what we want. If this changes, then we will reanalyze. But as it is at the moment, it is on a strong support. So we're anticipating one more push towards the upside. So it seems like GBP NZD looking for one more push up. We will see whether it's an impulse or correction. And on GBP AUD, also anticipating one more push towards the upside. All right. So observe your daily candles. Wait for the daily candles to close. Get that bounce, and then I think you're good to go. So that is GA and GN, right? NZD, JPY, Euro, JPY. My goodness, if you guys kept an eye on NZD, JPY, GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, you should be smiling at the moment. NZD, JPY. This has been the analysis we went over. We said, look, NZD, JPY is going to now start pushing towards the upside. Why? Because this formation is complete. It's done. So anywhere around this zone, we're anticipating price to go up, right? And it is going up. It is going up, all right? So this one has not changed. We're anticipating this to go back to this top. I mean, it's clear, guys, right? It's clear. This is a correction. It's a correction after this huge impulse. The market is correcting, giving us a flag. And then now we're anticipating the continuation towards the upside. So first, we're anticipating this to go back to this top. To this top, all right? And if it breaks the top, then where are we going? We're going all the way up. We're going all the way up. So there's still a lot of potential. This move is not done. There's still a lot of potential towards the upside. That is NZD JPY. Proper stuff. You look at Euro JPY. Look at Euro JPY. The market broke out of the consolidation. It broke out of this contracting structure pattern. So where's the market going? It's going back to this top. That's it. It's going back to this top, right? From the break, in fact. From the break, it's going back to that top. So we went over NZD JPY, Euro JPY, GBP JPY as well, right? GBP JPY. Where is this going? It's going back to this top. It's going back to this top, right? It's all about finding trading opportunities in this direction. So NZD JPY, bullish. Euro JPY, bullish. GBP JPY, bullish. Now you know what we're waiting for now. We're waiting for CAD JPY. We're waiting for CAD JPY. Let me do this. We're waiting for CAD JPY. This is still the target on CAD JPY. This is still the target, right? What is happening right now is a setup is forming. A setup is forming. There we go. So price at the moment, if you draw your Fibonacci retracement tool on this impulse, price is bouncing from that 61.8. I think we spoke about the possibility of price going down to 61.8. I think we spoke about that possibility. So that's where the market is now. It's bouncing on the 61.8. So anywhere around this area, we are anticipating a continuation to that high. So we are waiting for CAD JPY now. We're waiting for CAD JPY, right? Obviously, the CAD is tied to oil. Excuse me. In terms of correlation, the CAD is tied to oil, right? So if the oil prices goes up, the CAD, the currency, the CAD tends to appreciate in value, all right? So looking at what's happening with the war, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. There is a proposed ceasefire, but we don't know to which extent is Iran involved in that. So we're going to go with what we see, right? With the information that we see on the news. So CAD, JPY, we remain bullish here. That's it. We remain bullish. And then I just want to go to AUD, JPY. There we go. AUD, JPY, there we go. AUD, JPY, there we go. AUD, JPY is going back to this high. This one is on its way. It is on its way. It is on its way. Right. It is on its way. It's going back there. All right. So yeah. So NZD, JPY, Euro, JPY. The only one that is misbehaving at the moment is the dollar yen. USD, JPY is misbehaving at the moment because the dollar is reacting to what's happening. However, from a pure tech standpoint, right, this should also be going up. From a pure tech standpoint, this should also be going up. More so if you see right now, it is bouncing from the structure. It is bouncing from the structure here. It broke towards the upside. Now it is creating a support. It respects the support. We're gonna go back to that high there. So this one is the one that might take a bit of time, but the rest, waiting for them to continue pushing up. So that is to add on to the NZD, JPY, Euro, JPY. So that is NZD, JPY, Euro, JPY, AUD, JPY, GBP, JPY, and then boom, USD, JPY. So there we go. Yeah, so USD, JPY, we're looking for this, but just be careful. Just be careful. This is the dollar. Is the dollar. Like I said on Tuesday, anything can happen. The US president can tweet something or whatever, and then the market reacts. So when it comes to the dollar pairs, guys, you just have to be a little bit careful, right? Those tweets are going to cause volatility, but just be in the know-how, right? Just be up to date with what's happening there. So that is USD, JPY, right? So Euro USD up next. Euro USD, yes. So Euro USD, we spoke about one more push to the downside on Euro USD, and then there were two possibilities. Either the market was going to go down from there, or it was going to go up first, complete this pattern, and then go down. So the pattern I spoke about the last time was this one, right? For price to go up one more time and then go down. You see now, from a pure price action point of view, from a pure technical point of view, right, we should be getting one more push now to the downside. One more push to the downside, simply because price was just creating a pattern here. a continuation pattern. So we should be getting one more push towards the downside from a pure tech point of view. But now this is also driven by fundamentals. It's the dollar. It's driven by fundamentals as well. So what I'm going to say to you guys is, in terms of the dollar pairs, do your analysis and also just be up to date with what's happening with the war, right? Because we are looking for this. Once this pattern is down, we're looking for price to go down, but the war can easily push this towards the upside. It can easily do this, right? So then what do I say to you guys? What I would say to you guys is, let's play it by ear. Let's play it by ear, right? From a tech standpoint, we're looking for this, but anything can happen. So let's just play it by ear. So that is basically Euro USD. You look at GBP USD as well, right? You look at GBP USD as well. Let me just update this formation. You see this here, this formation here. What this formation usually does, right, without any fundamentals driving it, what this formation usually does is that it does this. Price would go up, break this top, and then from there go down again. This is how the market would react to this formation. So let me put it this way. So you've got the market breaking this low and then pushing up. So now we've got this top here. It's one of the popular formations in trading, right? Where the market, the same thing it did down here, it would do up there, right? So price would go up, break this top, and then do this. And then it would give us a pattern like this, formation like this, right? But also it's a dollar pair. This can easily break the pattern and do this depending on what's going to happen. So I think with this one, let's play it by ear. Let's see what's going to happen. All right. So yeah, so Euro USD, if this goes up, I mean, you just need to look for your setups, right? So if this breaks this pattern and then it goes up, it will give you your setups. It will give you your setups. All right. Tomorrow's CPI, let me do this actually. We are going to talk about it, but tomorrow's CPI, this is the forecast. If you look at the yearly CPI, look at the forecast, 3.1 to 3.3%. So at the moment, the yearly inflation print is on 2.4%. Remember, the Fed has a target of 2%. All right. So there could be an uptick. Looking at what's been happening in a couple of weeks ago, the past couple of weeks, there could be an uptick on the inflation in the US. Usually when you get such consensus and forecast, we can then anticipate a big move to come, right? So tomorrow's CPI is going to be one of the best ones. We all know how the market reacts to CPI. It's going to be one of the best ones. The previous one was the market didn't even move. So this one, keep an eye on this one, all right? It's going to be one of the best ones. So tomorrow, 2 p.m., we are going to be live. All right, so that's Euro USD. USD JPY, we went over USD JPY. We're looking for a push towards the upside. USD ZAR, let me see. Thanks for the summary. What could be the sentiment of the dollar pairs, particularly for the USD? I noted my colleagues have sent them. What could be the sentiment? I mean, at the moment, the market is driven by, especially the dollar pairs, right? The dollar is driven by the Middle East tension. That is what's dominating the market, right? I don't think it will be particularly centered around USD ZAR and NZD USD alone. We're looking at the dollar against a basket of currencies. All right. So the dollar is dominated by the Middle East tension. Now, at the beginning of the war, the dollar strengthened, and along the way, there has been, deadlines. There has been rumors of a ceasefire along the before the recent one, right? And all those rumors have caused the dollar to take a knock, those rumors. As with the recent one, right? The recent one, it has caused the dollar to take a knock, right? So what I would say is the sentiment here is that should the war end, then we likely gonna see the dollar taking a knock. We're likely gonna see the dollar taking a knock should the war end. But right now, there's a bit of uncertainty right now, right? The war is ongoing. Yes, there's a proposed 2 weeks ceasefire, but there's also uncertainty on the ceasefire as well. There's uncertainty. So that's what I would say, right? The sentiment at the moment, it is more so to do with the war, right? It is heavily centered around the war. And at the moment, obviously, the dollar has been strong, but now taking a knock. So we just have to wait and see what's going to happen, right? You look at USD ZAR. USD ZAR went down. USD ZAR went down. Look at that. It went down. Previously, we spoke about USD ZAR continue to push towards the upside, all right? So now we're getting a strong push towards the downside. What I would do is I would wait for the weekly candle to close. That is what I would do. I would wait for the weekly candle to close and see how it closes, because how it closes, it will give us a lot of insight going into next week, right? So I wouldn't do anything at the moment. I would wait for the weekly candle to close. If it closed extremely bearish, like it's doing right now, if it closes extremely bearish, then that means this structure is likely going to continue and come back down here one more time, right? So we can anticipate price to come back down here one more time on this low one more time, right? So I think just keep an eye on the weekly candle, even if you're trading the lower time frames, but the weekly candle will give you a lot of insight. On the daily, on the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, there is going to be structure like this. You see that? Structure like this, which would indicate, as per the lower time frame structure, we're likely going to go down again one more time, right? So that's what I would do. I would monitor and wait for the weekly candle to close. Maybe also look at the lower time frames, how they're setting up, but the weekly candle will tell us what we can expect or anticipate next week. If it closes as a pin bar, right? If it closes as a pin bar like this, my drawing is horrible. You guys know what I'm trying to do here. If it closes a pin bar like this, then that means we can anticipate price to go up, right? So yeah, so that's what I would do with this one. Just wait a little bit, and yeah, we take it from there. So yeah, so that's basically the sentiment on the dollar, right? I see a very weak dollar if the war ends. And what does this mean? It means the commodities, my goodness, gold and silver are going to give us this move. They're going to give us this move, gold and silver, right? I don't know if I opened silver. I think I've opened silver. You look at silver. There we go. You look at silver. We're anticipating silver to go up, right? And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, guys, right? This is the time where we really played by ear. Either we're trading short-term played by ear, short-term played by ear. And we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. All right. I hope that answers, that clarifies things here. King, yeah, I hope that clarifies things. Yeah. Great stuff. All right. So this is how things are looking, guys. The oil is still pushing up. So just going through the oil, going over the oil here. So the oil structure and price action here, right? At the moment we're going up, right? So this resistance here, anticipating the oil to go back to this resistance, short term, right? If things don't change with the war, then you guys know that this is going to continue pushing towards the upside. But short term, we're anticipating oil to head back. This is WTI, right? Crude oil, WTI. We're anticipating US oil to go back there. The UK oil. On the UK oil, I spoke about the possibilities of price coming back down to this low on Tuesday, right? That is a possibility that we are going to get a drop. And then from here, we'll be looking for this. That has not changed. That has not changed. So look at where it is right now. We are on this low. There's a gap. There's a huge gap here, right? So the question is, will this close the gap? That is the question. Most of the times, the market closes the gap. Sometimes it does not. But looking at the overall structure of UK oil, there's a higher possibility that this is going to close the gap. So it doesn't matter. You see, to me, it doesn't matter whether it closes the gap or not. I see oil pushing towards the upside, right? I see oil pushing towards the upside. No clear target as yet at the moment, but we're anticipating an upward movement here on oil. So US oil back to that resistance. UK oil, a continuation towards the upside, and then we will take it from there. All right. Commodities remain the same. The dollar pairs, we'll just have to play it by ear. And yeah, but the minor pairs are moving. The JPY pairs are moving. All right. So keep an eye on the JPY pairs. NZD JPY, great opportunities. Euro JPY, great opportunities. AUD JPY, CAD JPY, great opportunities. Keep a very close eye on those. Right. And that's basically it, guys. That's how things are looking this week. A week filled with uncertainty. So let's see what's going to happen this week. All right. Let me just make sure I've covered all the pairs. Yeah, I think I've covered all the pairs. Great stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we are preparing for the CPI. Tomorrow live at 2 p.m. We will be doing the CPI. So be there, be square, BTC. Yeah, we can have a look at BTC. No problem. I believe that hasn't changed as well. Where is it? I believe that hasn't changed, right? That hasn't changed. The formation is still the same. Yeah, I'm looking for that Bitcoin chart. I don't know. I can't see it now. For some reason, I cannot see it. There we go. Yeah. So obviously we got to push towards the upside here because of the reaction, but this hasn't changed. All right. Let me do this. Yeah. So on the lower time frames, this hasn't changed. All right. We're anticipating one more push down on this. So we got a bit of an extension of this miniature structure. So we're anticipating still price to go down, right? This is short term, right? But remember, long term, we're still watching out for this, guys. Long term, we are still watching out for this. There we go. Still watching out for this. So on the lower time frames patterns could still push price towards the downside short term. But we are still keeping a very close eye on this move to the upside, right? So at the moment, Bitcoin is trading in between the 50 and the 61.8 of the Fibonacci. So that's where things can start moving, or it might take a bit of time. So if I just do this, let me just clear. We don't really have a strong reversal in terms of the candlesticks. We don't really have a strong case of a reversal as yet, right? You look at your candlesticks, yes, there are some spikes towards the downside, but it's not that strong as yet, right? So on the lower time frames, we could go down slowly, but on the higher time frames, we're still watching out for this. this higher low. So that is what I'm watching out for. Basically, that is what I'm watching out for. That. So let's see. It might take a bit of time, but hey, look, we are waiting for that. So that is the BTC. All right. And there you have it, guys. That is the trading room on a Thursday afternoon, the Thursday edition of the trading room. Tomorrow, the CPI, same time, same place. We're waiting for CPI tomorrow. So I guess we'll talk more about the war, what's been happening on the CPI. I know that Ash is going to be back from the Middle East with a lot of insight. So just be prepared for that. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it from my side. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned. Just keep an eye on these setups and we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Cheers. Have a good one and enjoy.